Overseer's, let's call these personal journals. Not an official log, just something for me. The Agricultural Center, one of my first posts with Vault-Tec. I was so excited because I used to come to this same farm when I was a kid. I remember one year at the Autumn Festival, me running through the corn maze, going every which way, Mom and Dad yelling after me to slow down. Wasn't gonna happen. I guess I was always hitting life fast. Couldn't just be a pioneer scout. I had to make troop leader. Couldn't just be a good student. I had to have straight A's. God, I miss those early days. Just being a kid. The three of us, our simple life, our simple house. I wonder if it's still standing. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm home. Sorry it's been so long, but I couldn't get away. I know neither of you is around to hear this, but I miss you. I miss watching Dad grade papers on the living room table. I miss the three of us huddled around the radio, listening to the Silver Shroud. Dad, you were right about what living underground would really be like. 25 years locked in with the same people was a challenge. But watching them pair up, get married, have children, well, I think I got to know a little bit of what you and Mom were always telling me. Well, since I'm doing this whole trip down memory lane, maybe a walk over to the old high school is in order. Overseer's personal journal. I was in my junior year when I got the news that Mom died. Mining accident. Everyone in West Virginia has a story like that in the family. Just, you never think it's gonna be you. Dad was in pieces. I started living in the library more than before. And I was already there most days to begin with. And Evan, Mom had introduced us just a few months before. Graduated a year ahead of me, just went right to work in the mines. So handsome. Oh, and those arms. What West Virginia girl could resist all that? Can't believe he stuck with me. After the funeral, I didn't want anyone around. But there he was, showing up in the library after his shift with a lunchbox for us to share. Every day. When the career fair, and I met the people from Vault-Tec, it was like a light turned off. Protecting families, protecting their future, protecting America. The first thing I did when I got the acceptance letter to Vault-Tec University was head over to Mom's grave with Dad. He was happy I was staying in West Virginia. So was I. Overseer's personal journal. 4 years of living, learning, and breathing vault tech. Graduating with honors in the Overseer track. Dad was so proud. Came out even though he was already so sick. I must have impressed the right people because I was offered the next available Overseer slot. I had just graduated. It was supposed to take years. Maybe they knew the war was inevitable. When I learned that 76 was going to be built, I was so excited I jumped right out of my chair and did a little dance around the living room. Appalachia would be safe, no matter what happened. Evan just had the proposed, that fuckhead. He knew I wouldn't say no after hearing the news. He knew me better than anyone. Dad died a few months after Evan and I moved in together. He walked me down the aisle. Well, I didn't really get to walk down there either, so... I think it's time I went home. I owe Evan that much.
Dropped me off at Bolton Greens. I was horrified. Fourth in line for the Westbrook fortune, and Momsy and Papa had the nerve to leave me at a glorified daycare center while they travel the world. Ridiculous. To make matters worse, I'm forced to hobnob with the other children, some of whom are millionaires. Someone makes my skin crawl. The only saving grace of this prison is that they employ a sommelier in the dining room. Well, Time to go fox hunting again. Oh, dread. I appear to have scuffed my ostrich jawper boots. I suppose I'll have to use the calfskin ones instead.
Hello again, recruit. And congratulations. If you're hearing this, it means you've earned yourself a place in the fire breathers. Head back to the Charleston Fire Department and have the active captain register you for duty. That'll grant you access to our internal computer system. Once that's done, your captain should be able to point you to your first assignment. But there's no time to waste. Get a move on, recruit. And welcome to the fire breathers.
Overseer's log, south of Vault 76. I knew this wasn't going to be the Appalachia I remembered, but... mutated animals? Haywire bots? No people so far. We have to be ready to build in... what I can confirm is... hostile territory. Fortunately, Vault Tech was prepared. You see this? The cooking station, the stash box, the workbenches, all built with the camp. You need a home base out there. The construction and assembly mobile platform is designed to give you one. Just add resources, planning, and a little elbow grease. When you move your camp, everything you've built is stored, ready to be placed back down in the new area. Use this to establish a foothold whenever you're in unfamiliar territory. I've left my camp behind so you can use it. I know I'm breaking my own advice by not taking it with me. But after seeing Appalachia for myself, I need to make sure every resident of 76 has a safe haven they can start from. I'll make do without it. If it's still standing, the town of Flatwoods is further down this road. Find me there. This is the Overseer, signing off. Overseer's log, top of the world. There's someone in control of this old ski resort, and if I ever find her, I'm gonna wash her mouth out with the first thing vaguely resembling soap I can get my hands on. Oh, selfish. That's the word. Maybe that's why she's alone. Maybe that's why she survived. But the only way she'll tell me what she knows is if I help her first. All the good people I've learned about who've died, and it's the sociopath who still gets to live. Overseer's log, Grafton. The mayor of Grafton used to be the automated assistant, and it's gone completely mad. Still trying to run the town. Even holds elections for itself. We built these machines to do things without us, and they have. Might be useful if I played along. Overseer's log, Morgantown. I used to love coming here on weekends, taking flight lessons. Now it feels like I walked into a nightmare. Those scorched things are everywhere. I kept quiet. They didn't see me. I managed to observe them for a bit. Whatever this disease is, it seems to completely take over its host. The ones that used to be human, eventually they go rigid, like some kind of stasis. And if they stay like that for too long, they sort of burn up from the inside out. Vesuvius in reverse. I wondered what could possibly cause all this. And then I got my answer. It swooped down from the sky, screeching, breathing, infecting everything. I don't know how to fight this. But we need to consider all our options. Overseer's log. Camp McClintock. Maybe I'm going crazy, but it was nice to put on the uniform and play pretend with a bunch of robot drill sergeants. I actually think I learned a thing or two about marksmanship. I wonder, now that I'm in the Army, is my official title Overseer Private or Private Overseer? Oh, time to see if I can fool a few automated identification systems.
Cold-coated Christmas. What are you doing here, cadet? Get your tail up to the Master Sergeant now!
Overseer's log. Camp McClintock. Maybe I'm going crazy, but it was nice to put on the uniform and play pretend with a bunch of robot drill sergeants. I actually think I learned a thing or two about marksmanship. I wonder, now that I'm in the Army, is my official title Overseer Private or Private Overseer? Oh, time to see if I can fool a few automated identification systems.
What in the holy name of... You are out of uniform, cadet. And with no uniform voucher, you will return in Army fatigues and helmet, or you will not return at all!
Check-in required. Visit system terminal. Check-in required. Visit system terminal.
Uniform issued.
That's what I like to see. Speed, killing power, and patriotism. The three pillars of the modern American soldier. Don't you worry. I'll be keeping a close eye on your progress. Do I need to throw you a map, Cadet? Outside, now! I said move out, Cadet! At least I think I did. Well, I'm saying it now. Did they add a slack-jawed, gawking section to my precious training regiment? Get moving, Cadet! Do I need to throw you a map, Cadet? Outside, now! You're stepping onto my agility course. You are to clear each of the specified obstacles as fast as your butt fingers will carry you. Now, ready up! Move, move, move!
Overseer's log, Charleston Fire Department. Automation used to define life in West Virginia. Now it's the only thing left. These training programs that the responders have set up. How many survivors were running through these? It takes a certain calling to voluntarily run into the middle of a fire. Rescue people. Looks like they kept up that spirit, even as the dangers changed. They must have fought the scorched up close more than anyone. I need to find out what they knew. Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. But there's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry, tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are, and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Sets of 12 reps. Let's see. Dumbbell bicep curls, tricep extensions, and back extensions, yeah. About the lack of proper extensions. No bother. Chin up. Only 8 more luxury coffins to make quota in backwoods. Flatwoods. Be difficult given the financial situation around here. Just need to remind them of our friends the Chinese. I'll be back on the plane to Ipswich within a fortnight. Gather it'll be the bench press today. Yeah, again.
hard, but the course ain't no hill for a climber. Just follow the arrows and keep your head on a swivel. Once you get down a piece, you see the Capitol. Give that button a whack and follow the course back on over here.
It's the stupidest thing we can ever do, Wyatt.
What was that? You got something to say, you spit it out.
I just don't see why we gotta go running through all that muck.
Now you listen to me before I smack both eyes into one. My husband is somewhere down in that muck. So's your father. and her grand and their sisters. We spent weeks crawling through that muck, pulling people out. Thousands of people died in the Christmas flood. More still were never found, drowned, or buried alive. We pulled people out of there for a full year, so you showed some respect.
You got anything else to say?
No, ma'am.
What was that?
No, ma'am.
Good. All right, fire breathers, get out there and run that course like your friends' lives depend on it.
Call it the Great War now. It's not been long and things have been rough. Welcome to Survivor Stories. I'm Dasa Ben-Ami, a responder. I've been working with the responders for a couple years now. I'm from Charleston originally, so it was easy to join up. What wasn't easy was the work. Rebuilding Appalachia from the rubble while survivors flock to us regularly from all over. So many have come and gone. Their stories untold. Their names lost to time. I thought we should preserve this history somehow. I've decided to ask people to record their thoughts, their stories, anything they want to preserve forever. I'll call this series The Survivor Stories. I'll start with me. I was an anthropology PhD student at Vault-Tec University, final year. I was printing my thesis when I heard the sirens. I thought for sure my father, a Vault-Tec employee, could take us all with him, but only 2 reservations came through. I refused to go. With my little brother, he went into the vault. They could not persuade me, though they tried. In the end, I pushed them inside it, and that was it. After that, I went back home to Charleston and, well, survived. Eventually, the responders formed, and I signed up right away. It was so hard. The flood was devastating. Relocating to Morgantown Airport and now Flatwoods has been... I remain optimistic. Been with them now for, I guess 2 years. We have big plans. We can do so much to help. Maybe
just maybe, we can rebuild enough to be okay. In the meantime, I will continue to record stories of survivors when I can. We are your history. This is Dasa Ben on me. Off for now.
asked us all to document our stories for posterity, you know. Seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott. When the bombs fell, I was in Watoka, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food and fighting off rabid survivors. Oh, it was just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio, and we tuned into a broadcast from the responders. Oh, we were overjoyed. The trip from Watoka to Flatwoods, it was rough, mind you. The kids and I ran into a group of assholes in the mountains who stole our food and water. I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. Tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People were boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse, too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
Huh.